I think we first have to identify what we see as our flaws. And then we have to understand the fact that having flaws or having bad traits or having a dark side is just a figment of the human collective consciousness, the society, and that without the consciousness in nature, it's all perfect, and even down to the smallest, we can go the photon. I learned this one from my therapist. Even down at the photon level, you have a positive and a negative charge, and that's just nature. That's just natural. But we identify as parts of us being bad, negative, and we try to perform surgery to remove these cancerous parts of ourselves, when really they're just as integral as any of our good traits. And I like to imagine the idea that the universe is a puzzle, and we're all meeting other people, other beings, and the rest of the universe in the middle. And these puzzle pieces, I mean, they look like any other puzzle piece, you know? At one section, you have part of it jutting out. We can call that our strengths. And then you have kind of a deviation, or a divot, maybe would be a better word, where other puzzle pieces can fill. And that doesn't mean that this one is more empty here, or it's worse, or it's whatever. It's just allowing room for other puzzle pieces to fit. But we can't see that because of the way we've been trained to look at ourselves. So I think the first step is to, like I said, identify those flaws and then learn to love each and every part of ourselves in each and every flaw, because those all developed for a reason, and they belong in nature, and they're just as beautiful as the rest of it. And we only ever create things out of necessity. So we only create these parts of ourselves because we need them, because one time we were a scared, lonely kid who needed a stronger us to step forward. So we sacrificed part of our soul, and that part stepped forward and was birthed a trait that we may call I'm an angry person, etc., etc., whatever the situation be. We look at that, we say, I see why, I thank you for your service, and I love you. And what ends up happening is, instead of suppressing these emotions and them getting all bottled up inside and wanting to come out and make themselves known, because all they want is to be acknowledged and to be loved, like everything in the universe wants to be. And if we acknowledge them and we love them, then they don't have as much power anymore, and they're just another piece of the puzzle. And then we take that out into the real world. Once we've fought these battles for ourselves, then we can look at the people in the world that we see as evil, that we see as our enemies, and we can look them in the eyes, and we can love them, and we can accept them. And maybe if they're loved and accepted, then they won't feel the need to explode and go crazy. Cocoa Puffs.